hard time over talking points.
Yeah, that's a nice one, but this one takes it to a whole new level. It's got electronic ignition, it's got the infrared rotisserie, and ceramic briquettes, high-powered sear stations, it's got a built-in sauce rack.
I do love sauce.
This bad boy will change your life.
You know what? This orange money isn't for Awesome Grills. It's going towards my awesome retirement. I'll stick with this one.
It's got a built-in sauce rack.
Get organized with ING so you'll know exactly what money to put where, helping you reach and enjoy retirement. Find the retirement planning profile that's right for you at ing.us.
Welcome back, everybody. We've been watching this morning the second day of Rachel Jeantel testifying in the George Zimmerman trial. Right now, we just saw, before the commercial break, attorneys approaching the bench there to discuss with the judge whether or not they're going to play earlier recorded versions of Rachel's deposition, her testimony, to the jurors in the room. Now, the jurors have left while they try to figure out whether or not that audio is going to be worth playing. Lisa Bloom is with me right now, as well as Kendall Coffey, also Paul Henderson. Lisa, let me start with you. They want to play the earlier recorded version so that the jury itself can make out how she described whether or not Trayvon said to Rachel, "Get off, get off."
Well, that's right, but you're being a little bit charitable to the defense. I think the defense is hoping that the jury will see that she made a prior inconsistent statement, and this is all part of building towards closing argument. If it were my case, I'd make a huge chart of all the inconsistencies in her testimony to try to discredit her, and I think that's where the defense is going with all of this cross-examination.
Okay, Paul, let me ask you, because as a prosecutor, what would you say to that, what Lisa is saying, and how to pivot?
Well, I can see that that's exactly what the defense attorney is trying to do here. She clarified immediately while she was on the stand, no, I did hear, let me see it so I can tell you, because she's saying I could have heard him.
Paul, let me interrupt you real fast, because they decided to play that. Let's listen.
Like a little get off, some stuff.
You heard get off?
Like a little get off. Now
Okay,
call it.
could you tell who was saying that?
I couldn't know Trayvon.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't hear Trayvon.
Okay, you're all right.
And your question to Ms. Jeantel is?
That she said on the recording that I couldn't hear was Trayvon, or couldn't hear Trayvon, or it could have Trayvon, whatever you can tell us that said.
Your Honor, I object this not a complete in terms of this witness being able to hear, because the next part, she clears up what it is. The answer, they have cut it off midstream.
Well, that's true, Judge, but the theory is that Mr. De La Rienda walked her right down the path, suggested things to this witness under the circumstances that she just followed along and agreed to.
I asked you, what is your question to this witness?
What did she say? What did you say right there?
I could hear Trayvon.
I could hear him.
Yes.
Let's play it again.
Did you hear the man say anything, or did you hear Trayvon say anything?
I could hear a little bit.
Okay, what could you hear?
I could have just hear like it's like the headphone, because the headphone, he might got off, but I could still hear a little bit, like.
Okay, what could you hear?
Like a little get off, some stuff.
You heard get off?
Like a little get off. Now call it.
Could you tell who was saying that?
I couldn't know Trayvon.
I'm sorry.
Stop. What exactly did you say there? Would you just tell us exactly what that says?
Could hear Trayvon.
That's your testimony?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I understand the answer, and I want to play it in front of the jury and let them make up their own mind what she said.
Okay, any objections to this being introduced into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the objection?
My objection is she's already stated what it is. I guess they're trying to, the interpretation, or the defense is arguing that this say something different.
Okay, please approach. I don't take speaking objections.
I apologize.
They cut out the audio there. Lisa, you've been watching this with me, so they've played back the earlier deposition, the CD of her testimony, and we're hearing her say, get off, is what she heard, but she could not tell if it was Trayvon, or could tell that it was Trayvon.
Well, that the $65,000 question, right? The question is whether she initially said, I could have heard or I could not hear. And then upon further questioning from the prosecutor, she clarified it to, no, I did hear. And that's her story today. I heard it. Trayvon Martin was the one who said it. That's her story today. The defense is trying to show that that story evolved because she's trying to be helpful to the prosecution and to the Martin family.
All right, so Kendall, let me ask you, this is really a linchpin to her testimony and the prosecution's case.
It's a linchpin, just as you say, maybe the whole case to the prosecution. Remember, it's not a crime if George Zimmerman followed Trayvon Martin, even confronted him verbally. What's critical in terms of whether self-defense can be valid is, did George Zimmerman begin the physical aggression? Did he throw the first punch? And this testimony that Trayvon Martin allegedly said, get off, is the most important thing we've heard to date as to who started the fight.
And Paul, it's very important to, when we hear the fact that the jury will hear the earlier deposition, recorded deposition, and then hear Rachel speak to it, whether or not they believe that she is reciting on the stand properly what they're hearing in the court.
Well, I think the way that they framed it, if they go back and listen and you see, the question asked of her when they played that tape is, what could you hear? And then she gives the information about get off. And she keeps explaining back and forth to him that could have heard means that she could hear and what she did hear. And that's why they're fighting so much about this, because the defense attorney really wants to undermine that testimony and really wants to try and show that either it wasn't true and she was coached, or she's misremembering, or she's not telling the truth. But I think she's coming across really credible to everyone that's watching the totality of her testimony, and they understand exactly what she's saying. They understand why she didn't say that story the first time when she was speaking in front of the mother. They understand why she gave a more complete story when she was talking to law enforcement. And I think they understand why, now that she's on the stand and trying to clarify, that the defense attorney is dancing around and trying to reframe it and show the transcripts, replay the tape, and make it very clear to everyone in that courtroom that he disagrees with that statement and that answer that she's giving on the stand, indicating to everyone that this is what I remember. This is what I said. This is what I heard, and this is what happened on that night, that proves that Zimmerman was the initial aggressor, because Trayvon was saying, get off of me.
Oh, we just saw Rachel leave the room for a second while the attorneys are at the bench with the judge there. We're going to take a quick break, and we're back after this.
Hey, Linda. What are you guys doing? Having some fiber with new Phillips Fiber Good Gummies. They're fruity delicious.
Just 2 gummies have 4 grams of fiber.
To help support regularity. Ooh, I want some. Hop on over. Fiber the fun way from Phillips.
Every day we're working to be an even better company and to keep our commitments. And we've made a big commitment to America. BP supports nearly 250,000 jobs here. Through all of our energy operations, we invest more in the U.S. than any other place in the world. In fact, we've invested over $55 billion here in the last 5 years, making BP America's largest energy investor. Our commitment has never been stronger.
With 1&1, you build your own website, customize everything online, and make changes anytime. Integrate useful apps. With search engine optimization tools, customers can find you everywhere. A website built by you. 1&1.com.
Money may be tight these days, but here's something you can really smile about. Call dentalplans.com and start saving on your dental care today. With dentalplans.com, you can get cleanings, braces, root canals, cosmetic dentistry, and more for a fraction of the cost.
We saved $2,000 on my daughter's braces alone.
With nationwide plans, it's easy to find a participating dentist near you. Choose from more than 30 plans from the best-known healthcare networks.
Dentalplans.com made it so easy. Within minutes, I was printing out the cards to use at the dentist's office.
Call now to find out how you can save on dental care. With basic plans starting at just $79.95 for an entire year. Plus, you'll get 3 additional months absolutely free when you join today. That comes out to just $6 a month. And for a limited time only, you'll even save an extra 25% on all plans. Best of all, you can try it risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now.
Call 800-371-6848.
After my accident,
I had serious pain, so I used Salonpas. It's the strongest labeled pain reliever available without a prescription. Salonpas is serious relief against mild to tougher, moderate pain for up to 12 full hours.
Salonpas. Trivago searches hundreds of websites at the same time and shows you the most popular hotels. Remember, Trivago shows you all the different prices for the exact same room. That's how you can be sure that you'll find the ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
Running a small business is like hammering. Riding against the wind. Uphill every day. We make money on saddles and tubes, but not on bikes. My margins, they're thinner than these tires. Anything that gives me some breathing room makes a difference.
Membership helps make the most of your cash flow.
I'm Nelson Gutierrez of Strictly Bicycles, and my money works as hard as I do.
This is what membership is. This is what membership does.
Welcome back, everybody. We continue our live coverage this morning of the George Zimmerman trial and the testimony of the prosecution star witness, 19-year-old Rachel Jeantel. She was the young woman who was on the phone with Trayvon Martin right before the fatal shot that took his life on that night, with George Zimmerman there listening to the testimony today of this young woman. They've been going back and forth about whether or not she was able to clearly hear the voice of who was saying get off, right before the phone call went dead. We have our legal eagles here. I have Lisa Bloom, Paul Henderson, and Kendall Coffey. Lisa, let me go back to you, because all they need to do from the defense side is create that little bit of doubt in her story for the jurors to hear.
Well, that's absolutely right. And put another way, the prosecution has the burden of proof in this case, of proving beyond a reasonable doubt that George Zimmerman is a murderer. That's the case that they're presenting. And the only way that they can prove it is through evidence in the courtroom, through witnesses like this. So I disagree with the prior comment that everybody in the courtroom thinks she's a terrific witness and highly credible. I think there's a wide divergence of viewpoints about her. Of course, none of us knows what the jury thinks of her. We do know that she has told a consistent story from the beginning to the end, that Trayvon Martin was being followed and then the phone went dead. But on cross-examination, she's been caught in a fairly large number of lies that she's had to concede to. And not only that, but a story that's evolved and changed as she's told it over and over again. That's a problem for any witness.
One of the fibs, though, was about her age, and I don't think that you can blame this young woman for the media attention that was born out of this, knowing that being over the age of 18, that she would then be targeted because she's a pivotal witness in this case. So she fibbed about a couple of years so that her identity would be protected.
Well, let me respond to that, all right? In normal human interaction, that's true. But this is a murder trial where the prosecution has to prove its case. And the way that the defense goes after witnesses in any case is to attack their credibility. And when you have one lie, you can explain it. When you have two lies, perhaps you can explain it. When you're up to 4 or 5 or 6, it's a problem for the witness's credibility.
Paul, I know you're jumping to get in here.
I am, because, you know, it's not that I think that she's a terrific witness, but I think she's a credible witness. And I think people understand her story because I understand her story, and I'm listening to what she's saying. And there's going to be inconsistencies anytime you tell a story more than once. I don't think that they're lies. I think that in this jury panel, this jury full of women, full of mothers, that they are listening to her and they understand what she's saying, and it's not that she is a professional witness because she's never been in a murder trial before. She's never been asked questions like this where they are really focusing on her tone, her mannerism, what type of words she's using as she's describing what she understands, but it's coming across at least clearly to me, and I believe to this jury, that her story is credible. She believes that she heard him. She believes what she knows about that evening, that she's communicating to them, and that's what's going to matter. And that's exactly why they stopped at this point. And you see the defense attorney spinning around and trying to show the transcript, trying to challenge her with what he's hearing on the tape, because he doesn't like her answer where she's clarifying and affirming for the jury and affirming for him. Let me tell you what I meant when I said that, because I did hear, and this is what I heard. That's what's coming across.
All right, I'm going to ask the panel to stand by because we're in this brief recess, and once Rachel begins to testify once again, we'll go back. In the meantime, I do want to get on to some other news because Nelson Mandela's condition has improved through the night. South Africa's President Jacob Zuma said today he was told by doctors that Mandela remains in critical condition but is now stable, and well-wishers and supporters continue to gather at this hour outside the hospital. Speaking in Senegal earlier, President Obama offered these thoughts about Mandela.
I think he's a hero for the world. And if and when he passes from this place, one thing I think we'll all know is that his legacy is one that will linger on throughout the ages.
NBC's Keir Simmons has been following this story, joins us now live from Pretoria.